Yeah.
Do you see the presentation?
Yes, yes.
And you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'm sorry I could not participate, and well, I'm glad I have the opportunity to present anyway. And I hope you have a patience with maybe an insufficient quality of audio, but the picture seems to be very good. Yes, I was thinking of talking about revisiting actually the issue of using topography-guided laser ablation in virgin ice. It is something that we as IVIS users have been doing many years now, but it's quite new other places. And lately, Alcon, the competing company, came with a Contura system, which is actually based on some very old stuff, but it was very good promotion, so it has been gaining a significant market in both USA and China. So I was that's why I was kind of trying to revisit this issue and make the good topography guided laser ablation in virgin ice. And there is, of course, the question, is the topography-guided laser vision correction appropriate treatment for all virgin ice, knowing that we get quite good results with non-customized treatments these days? So we know that therapeutic refractive surgery, when performed as transepithelial with C10 or combined with transepithelial PTK, is one of the best approaches in therapeutic refractive surgery. But there is a little irregularity in normal corneals, and probably only a minority of virgin eyes may be expected to benefit from topography-guided treatments. It's kind of a logical conclusion because the topography-guided is to treat the corneal irregularities. And there are a bunch of extra issues to be dealt with if we use topography-guided ablation, and I will try to go more in detail concerning those. So, and those issues that we otherwise can be ignored if we use non-customized laser vision correction or SMILE, we must pay a very, very close attention to those if you're using topography-guided. And what are those? For primarily deciding the astigmatism endpoint. What type of astigmatism are we going to treat? Are we going to treat topography astigmatism? Are we going to treat total corneal or anterior corneal? Are we going to do manifest astigmatism? Often those do not match most often, and we have to make a choice which one to use, what to do. So, for example, we have a normal case, 20 years old male with manifest half diopter, but anterior corneal less than 1 and total corneal just about the same. So what to do here? Obviously, here is a lenticular astigmatism that is coming into picture. And then there are different opinions what to do with lenticular astigmatism in different ages. And he's 20 years old. If we treat that lenticular astigmatism, maybe it's a good reason to do that because he has many, many years until he's going to remove his lens. But there are other theories that as soon as we regularize the cornea, then lenticular astigmatism will subside by itself. And these are some theories about that, and many goes that way. Some choose to treat something in between, or treat manifest, or just forget the topography guided and treat just non-customized ablation and be safer that way. So, other issue, internal optics. We must know what is going on in this eye if we're gonna use topography-guided ablation, because we are kind of disturbing this original balance. Because we know that often anterior corneal optics are compensating for internal optics, especially for posterior corneal optics. They live in a balance And by regularizing anterior surface, we are kind of disturbing this balance. Sometimes it does not matter, sometimes it matters very much. We have to find out about that. Of course, lenticular optics we just talked about. I'll present a case which I presented many times before because it's such illustrative. Aberrations measured at the anterior cornea are frequently compensating the posterior. The anterior may manifest the compensated how to compensate. This is one of my first apocryphal SIPTA cases with laser sight and orb scan. And yeah, I was this was 2005. I was very anxious to start to do this case because topography looked irregular, but we had enough tissue for it. I've made a SIPTA program, and this looks quite okay. The ablation looks quite logical, and for the simulated outcomes, nice. So I wanted to try that. I did not, unfortunately, pay attention too much about the posterior, but because at that time, posterior is just 10% or whatever it is. So it's if we correct 90%, who cares about the last 10%? So I went for it, and these are the results: preoperative as there, and then 2 months postoperative. Not bad, little overcorrected, but from against rule to with the rule, but it's okay. 10 months this is really good. 36 months it still holds. So anterior is regularized. So the SIPTA and the laser did what they were asked to do. But we have another surprise. Preoperative 2.5 diopters against the rule. 10 months postoperative, when the anterior was totally fine, was 4.5 diopters with the rule. So this is 7 diopters of astigmatism. This is manifest refraction there. So, and worst of all, the corrected visual acuity decreased, also 2 lines. So we were really not. And finally, after excluding all the other possibilities, there's nothing internal, no lenticular, nothing like that. We just focused on the posterior corneal astigmatism and especially posterior coma, which was refracting as with the rule astigmatism. So by regularizing the anterior, we got this posterior part to jump out as a manifest and got much worse results than before the treatment after regularizing anterior corneal surface. So this is something that we always have to think of. To circumvent this issue of decompensated posterior aberration and astigmatism, only the total anterior and posterior corneal topography-based ray tracing guided ablation can be used. And obviously is the only company that is introducing such treatment, and I hope it happens in not so distant future. Then we would be able to deal with cases like this. Before that, those cases must be definitely refused for being treated with topography guided regularization of the anterior surface. So, what are the reasons to go for the topography guided laser vision correction in all virgin eyes? Because that was the question to begin with. Well, reducing the physiological higher order aberration, the way we reduce regular refractive errors in a healthy eye, we can use the same reasoning. Now we want to go further. We reduce the sphere and cylinder. We want to go further and reduce the higher order aberration, make vision even better. And of course, there's this exploration. This is in line with the exploration of unexplored avenues in pursuing the improvement of laser vision correction. So-called quest of supervision, which was raised in the beginning of this century, but never really came of age. But now maybe we're getting to something like total ray tracing guided treatments, which may be the answer. So what is necessary with this armamentarium of the tools that we have now treating the anterior corneal surface, what is necessary to have in order to safely use topography-guided laser vision correction in virgin eyes, because we do not want to harm the patient. We don't want to achieve results that would be worse than if we treat it with a non-customized treatment. The key is in understanding the complex relationship of ocular optics. We have to analyze each and every case before we use topography-guided treatment. We have to understand primarily the origin of manifest refractive astigmatism, intricate relationship between the manifest refraction, the total cornea, and ocular astigmatism, and aberrations. Those information we'll get from anterior corneal astigmatism, posterior corneal astigmatism, of course the ray tracing, the total cornea, lenticular astigmatism. We have to find out, to have an idea what is going on with the lenticular astigmatism. And of course that could be done if we look at the total wavefront and analyze the higher order aberrations. So manifest refraction is expressed only by lower order aberrations, sphere and cylinder. So higher order aberrations such as coma and secondary astigmatism can be mistakenly interpreted as increased or decreased cylinder, and may disturb our calculations. So we don't know what is going on. Manifest really does not match. But remember, in this case, we are reducing the anterior corneal higher order aberration, which is they're the biggest higher order aberration in virgin eyes, although they're small. But we don't want to by reducing them manifest the others internal. So we have to know exactly what's going on inside. So we have to analyze the whole eye aberrometry. Without total ray tracing guided treatments, the whole eye wavefront must be analyzed before being confident that correcting anterior aberration is going to be a good thing for that eye, especially since the posterior higher order aberrations cannot currently be corrected. And finally, we have also think about the epithelium. Another potential source of refractive surprise, change of the optic due to epithelial remodeling, because epithelium before the surgery, we have to anticipate what kind of epithelium depth and refractive value this astigmatism will have after the topography guided treatment. So in this case also, Giuseppe has done a terrific job that we are trying to use as smooth as possible transition in order to minimize the reaction of epithelial remodeling. But this is still not solved. We have mostly good results that way if we analyze it. Epithelial maps after our CRAN treatments, but there are some surprises. And I think the new idea which we have with the design of a new transition zone may finally solve this problem. So if not routinely considering all the elements above, there will be little or no benefit to topography guided laser vision correction, and in many cases a bad result may happen. So what are the necessary measurements? Now we go to the practical. What are the necessary measurements and measurement technology we use? So anterior corneal astigmatism, of course, classic Placido. I think we all have it and we all use it, and we know it is giving some good details that other technology cannot give. Then, of course, we have Scheimpflug, and we have, unfortunately, OCT, which seems to be gaining ground and getting better and better. Posterior corneal astigmatism, then we have only Scheimpflug and OCT. Concerning Scheimpflug, virgin eye is very good, but if we have opacities, then we're in trouble. I have some cases which I may present later if we have some time, where OCT is the only source to see the posterior surface, because the opacities was disturbed so much the precision or any Scheimpflug imaging that it would be sometimes worthless. Ray traced total corneal astigmatism. We want that. And of course, again, in virgin eyes, it's good because we have no opacity issues, and Scheimpflug will give us excellent results. And I have been using like a total corneal astigmatism regularization option in SIPTA the most frequently. And then ocular astigmatism and higher order aberration, we measure those with wavefront aberrometry. That in itself is maybe not so interesting when we're doing topography guided, but we have to calculate and anticipate our lenticular astigmatism. And so far is the only way. We do that by the subtracting ocular astigmatism from total corneal astigmatism, and the difference between the two will be lenticular astigmatism. I know that different technologies and errors will occur, but at least we get some idea about it. Otherwise, we have none. And of course, corneal epithelial mapping is totally unavoidable. This should be the tool that we use on each and every case. And so far, it has been OCT procedure tool. It seems to be will be giving us good results in this way. So finally, I made a decision tree. So first, high quality topography with good centration, coverage, and repeatability. If we don't have that, we stop. We don't use topography guided. We go for Topo discard. And but if it is high quality topography, then we go further. And then we look at can the origin of astigmatism be explained by corneal topo wavefront and ocular wavefront analysis. So corneal anterior and posterior astigmatism, lenticular astigmatism, and corneal higher order aberrations, refractive astigmatism, must be all of them explained. We know how much of each there is contributing to the manifest astigmatism. If we are certain about this, then of course we go on. But if not, better discard, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're treating. And finally, if we satisfy both criteria, we go for topo-guided ablation. In that case, again, we have to estimate lenticular astigmatism in order to choose what type. Are we going for manifest? Are we going for topography astigmatism? So ocular astigmatism measured by wavefront aberrometry minus ray trace total corneal astigmatism give us the lenticular astigmatism, as we just explained. And if it is below 0.5, then we can go for total corneal astigmatism found in our SIPTA. If it's not, then treating manifest astigmatism may be a safer option, especially if we see that there are not many higher order aberrations that may be masked from the internal. So this is what I was intending to kind of revisit our thinking around treating virgin eyes with topography guided treatments. Thank you. Any questions? I don't hear anything. Maybe if those who are asking me questions use a phone, call my number and just pass the phone around, then I could hear what you're saying. Otherwise, it's everything drowning in the echo. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you, yes. Do you hear me?
I will try. Cannot work.
And now I have the earphone on, if that helps any. But
Now?
yeah.
Can you hear? Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, barely, but I do. Okay, try.
Okay, good. So, I mean, I fully agree with your three. I mean, there is only one point which I'm sure also you will agree with. I mean, when we do this kind of difference, we should work and use devices that test to have the same level of variability. Because if you want to make difference analysis, for example, on the astigmatism, you know better than me that we have to make vectorial analysis in order to come out and understand if basically this astigmatism of the lenticle is truly the one that we are identifying. So what I want to tell you is that if we are basing our evaluation of the lenticular astigmatism as just a difference between, let's say, the total wavefront and the total corneal, this may of a difference as the same level of variability. Because vice versa, if we can, one device is, let's say, like the 3 micron difference in variability, and the other device is much more rudimental, this can create us, instead to give us a correct indication, will cause us big problems.
Yeah,
it's important that basically the two devices should not only have the same level of variability, but should also have the same registration. For example, if you have one patient which is tilted 20 degrees with respect to the other one, then the vectorial analysis will came out with something which is completely untrustable.
I agree totally, Giuseppe. Totally agree on that. But we have to use what we have. And at this point, there is no device that will give us both total ocular astigmatism and at the same time total corneal astigmatism. So we have to use what we have, and it's better to have some impression than none.
Assuming that we may prove that the data that we get are repeatable, I fully agree with you. But if we make a mistake because we are basing our evaluation or basically on data which we cannot rely, maybe that this, I always say, Alex, that our brain is much better than a number if number is not validated. You know how much I trust numbers, but numbers, in order to be trusted, has to have a true, real validation. Vice versa, they can just give us basically wrong indication that can cause mistakes.
Yeah, I agree totally with you. We just use this number as a holy number. It is to give us some idea, but we don't know what's going on here. We have to find out what's going on. It can give us some impression better than just guessing, and that's the alternative.
Once again, what I fully agree with you. When we are ignorant, we have to use our brain in order to make mistakes. I fully agree with you.
Yes. So of course, use your brain. Take this number as a kind of just an indication, nothing else.
You are perfectly right. I fully agree with you.
Yeah, of course.
Shall is a question for you, Alex.
Alex, this is Chen. Can you hear me?
Yes. Try to speak close to the microphone because this room echo is really disturbing everything.
I was in my mouth. Can you hear me now?
Now it's too much.
1 centimeter from my lips.
Okay.
My question is, as for the first case, remember that before treatment, the astigmatism is against the rule, right? And after the treatment is with the rule. So, do you remember when did you put into the treatment the treatment numbers? You do the regularization, and you include the astigmatism correction inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that means you have treated the astigmatism. If you do only regularization, that those reasonable astigmatism probably will not show up, right?
Yes, I put the manifest refraction as a manifest astigmatism as the endpoint, and of course this manifest against the rule consisted of astigmatism against the rule plus vertical coma, which refracted as astigmatism. So astigmatism was less definitely than it was. So that's why also one of the reasons for overcorrection.
Okay, so answer the questions.
Yes.
Any further question for Alex?
Just a quick comment. If we have a total astigmatism that has the same action of the topographic astigmatism, and if we treat just topographic astigmatism, we can get another correction. But if the axis is different, and we try to treat the topographic astigmatism, that will be the greatest error, because it depends what we are going to do. So then we will need really to make a vectorial analysis to understand why we undercorrect, and if we can even get another change in the axis of astigmatism. So if we have a total astigmatism that has the same axis, maybe we can, but it's different from the topographic one, maybe we have an undercorrection with the same axis. Right? If we don't mistake the axis, this is another problem. Because since the first patient was treated and the astigmatism was doubled, so since that he got a treatment that was making it the opposite axis, because we went from against the rule to the rule. So since it was an overcorrection of the astigmatism instead of the correction. So if we take out the error, we should absolutely avoid to treat the topographical astigmatism if the axis is different.
I think there was no problem there actually. Anterior astigmatism was almost nothing. It was less than 0.5 in this case postoperatively. So that's not the issue. Manifest astigmatism was with the rule, huge with the rule, and this is because of the posterior astigmatism, which was against the rule, of course, refracting as with the rule.
No, it passed from against the rule to an astigmatism was.
No, I mean, let me explain better what Alex is saying. That basically, in such a case, when we basically still did not have the possibility to make a correction of the total corneal astigmatism, because in this case, the contribution of the posterior shape of astigmatism was relevantly reducing the anterior. So at that time, we were speaking about still lobes, and right, Alex? I'm sure that this is the case. I mean, in that case, the corneal anterior astigmatism was, of course, relevantly higher than the total corneal astigmatism due to the contribution, basically, of the posterior shape of the cornea. So in such case, we Alex corrected the anterior astigmatism, but now with the option that we have, that we only correct the total corneal astigmatism, of course, it should not be going against the rule.
Yes. So at that point, it was 2005. We definitely did not have posterior astigmatism and not a total corneal astigmatism to treat on. But Orscan, although very old-fashioned, one map called total corneal astigmatism, And if I looked at that, then I would have seen that the total corneal astigmatism was actually higher than the anterior corneal astigmatism. But we did not look at those things at that time.
No, but what I mean, if you treat the subject, let's say the subjective astigmatism, and you will have a chance.
Yeah, I was treating subjective.
You treat everything. I mean, it doesn't really matter if the anterior one is lower or higher, because it's like to have a glass. If you put the glass, you correct the total astigmatism. It doesn't matter if it's anterior or posterior, because it's true that you are going to act on the anterior surface of the cornea. But if you wear a glass, you do the same. So if you put a lens, if you design a lens on the eye, and you treat this power of the lens, you will get that kind of correction, independently from what is the surface where you are working on.
I agree with you. So I maybe answered wrongly that I don't remember, I don't have this CIPSA file. If we did treat maybe anterior corneal astigmatism, because this is what we achieved, a total corneal regularization, anterior corneal regularization, and if we treated manifest, probably we would get a different result.
Alex, I mean, I'm sure that we agree on this, of course, when we speak about virgin eyes, regular eyes. Of course, when we are speaking about complex eyes, it will mean that the coma will affect the astigmatism. So, okay, we are all agree. In the complex case, we follow total coma. Okay.
Yeah. Exaggerate this issue and to kind of be aware of it.
Alex, before I know that you will have a second presentation, but before we go, I would like to invite you tomorrow, if you can be connected. We will have with the SIPTA2 the introduction with the remote connect. Actually, you will see that SIPTA2 works by remote, and there will be the ray tracing analysis. I would be glad if you can look at it also to get your comments.
Yeah, definitely. I will try by all means.
Good. Any other questions, Alex? Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You want to take coffee or can we go? Want to take coffee or we go with second session? Right?
Right, it's a therapeutic session.